Illusion shattered!
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a ground, but no one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. It was before I became a harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and—
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also— Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of the—
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to— Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight. Force them to duel each. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was—
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name—
Wait! The friend that
Friend, huh? Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a— There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. It was during this time that Peruware suggested a new plan. If escaping, Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable... Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruware could see it written all over her face. If she couldn't escape and fight back, precisely. Death... It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruware. The very person that had stood by her from that moment on. Peruware's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, it was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation.
Crucibina, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Peruware killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth at the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. Peruware won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which her
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along.
I left that name behind long ago. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born... You see, a certain power runs through my veins, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were...
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time.
So if all of that is true...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes. The reason, but... No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate formulation of the rules.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friend...
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first. Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill...
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be... Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to.
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret midnight meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy clearly said. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to. Filial was the worst of them all.
I did not!
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of. We're birds locked in a cage!
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your.
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Wisdom.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it.
Filial, Nantoy, I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness.
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the house.
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did. We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Heart. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. So please, Father.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny, you.
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
precisely, the rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Impossible. Father is way too.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the...
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Stabilize!
Attack! That's the way. Watch out! Hey there!
Closer now.
Now's our chance.
Gather! This is order!
Shine down! With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
Are you alright?
Have a taste of purgatory.
Watch out!
Stabilize!
Look at you, trapped like a bunch of helpless animals.
Come on out!
Look out! Witness my rise.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Torn to oblivion! The countdown has begun. Like a fly tangled in a web. Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
With Ross.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Watch out for Father's movements! Goat!
Solidify!
Inazuma shines eternal! Let's see how strong you resolve truly.
Now's our chance!
Over here! This is where it falls. The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. All hope has been extinguished.
Watch out!
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack. made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe.
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to... Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping.
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I...
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll...
Bottled?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special... Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memory...
So, you're just letting us...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die.
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filio. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver.
Of course.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you...
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright future.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lemmy. I'll help.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future?
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little! Look, she's so speechless! Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. Can you tell me about it?
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after but you called on everyone to unite. To fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. You tried everything. For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn, but somehow, I still think I understand. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of... But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove...
That's more than enough. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing... I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps...
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place!
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of... I'm just kidding. Being able to study what... You know, I used to dream playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. That's where Mora comes from. I never knew that. If I asked Mora, I would bite. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. Those yokai you mentioned, I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns.
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a
Oh no!
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quick.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me!
Okay.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information... Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered.
And you?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the hotel.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a...
I just... never understood what...
You're brave, talented. You would do anything to protect...
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince...
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. I'm not deserving of that title.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though
Father...
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worth.
I understand, Father.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then, the road ahead is not an easy one.
You've done so much for me, Father. Protecting my
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless... Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this, no matter how arduous the journey ahead. I hope we both reach our desired destination. The world remains constant over the...
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go go check on them.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Cannot just rely on the ocean's
I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you...
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well... Oh, and I wanted to ask. Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
Wait, what? You've...
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the... Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing... When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end. And all the people in... A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about...
Really? The last time you talked to her, did she mention why
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was the foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. That's what Father told...
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crusabina... If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't, but even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to... We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through...
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course.
Are Philly...
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. They seemed happy. But a momentary distraction. Take them. I have no need.
Add Thank you for Add
Afraid?
Solidify!
Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid?
I will have order!
Is it my turn now?
Fire! Well, with rocks. Hey there!
With these rising flames!
Watch out!
Now that's more like it.
Now you shall perish!
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Coming at ya! Hey there!
Order guide you! Solidify!
Hiya! A proper send-down! From the Spina with love.
Everlasting as the moon.
I will have order! Stabilize!
Torn to oblivion!
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Order! Feeling a little off. Solidify!
Laid bare.
There is no escape!
My blade is all that remains.
From the Spina with love. Coming at ya! Ow! I guess I'm...
Who's next?
Shall perish!
time is only the beginning. Shine down! Witness my rise. The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. All hope has been extinguished.
Stabilized.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Gather!
Overruled!
Wanna get a little closer?
Did I scare you?
Order guide you.
Coming at ya! Sorry, partner.
Shine down! Laid bare!
Coming at ya!
Solidify!
Transfix! Illusion shattered!
Watch out!
Stabilize!
Hey there!
I've learned much from you during this time, and I trust the sentiment is mutual. In fact, I believe maintaining this cordial relationship might prove at Something you wish to report? Go on.
This is order.
Fire! Well, withdraw. Coming at
I will have order. Stabilize.
Inazuma shines eternal! Transfixed!
Order guide you.
Shine down!
Attack! Hey there! Hey there!
Everlasting as the moon! Overrule!
I will have order. Solidify.
A proper send-off! From the Spina with love. Watch out!
Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
This is order. Gather.
Laid bare! Illusion shattered!
Coming at ya!
I will have order. Solidify.
Witness my rise! Overrule!
Attack! They're coming at ya!
Inazuma shines eternal!